How'd it go?
It is windy. It is so windy. All right. So we think we may be live. We're going to go ahead and start talking like we are. I may have to tilt that camera down, but y'all, welcome. It is January the 16th at 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you're watching this back later and, you know, hey, we're not live, leave a comment. We'll answer it back. But it is extremely windy. I don't know if y'all can hear me. If y'all have any issue with the wind, let me know. We may have to roll the shop door down. But I am nervous about rolling the shop door down because I think it'll echo so bad. Plus, man, that's a pretty backdrop, even though storm clouds are still rolling through after this cold front. But for Florida standards, temperature's dropping, it's a little chilly, and this wind is cutting us like a knife. But please speak up if you hear too much wind noise. I've got shop doors halfway down. I'm trying to do the best I can to do the live stream out here so you can hear us. So we have a lot of people in the house, and yes, the topic of the night is, well, yet again, weather. Everybody's talking about the weather. We just had the cold front go through here, middle of the night. Very windy, a lot of rain. We got a couple inches of rain. One good power surge that actually tripped a bunch of breakers. That was kind of weird. But other than that, we can't complain. You know, no bad lightning.
We're not stuck inside with snow.
Yeah, no thunderstorms, no tornadoes, and like a lot of y'all, like she's saying, y'all are getting snowed in up in crazy parts of the country. So, hey, I feel for y'all. Hopefully you're not like Chris, whose heater went out when it was -4 degrees, and it's still out, and he hasn't been able to get it fixed going through the weekend.
Chris.
So, very sorry to hear that, brother. I told him get outside and start splitting firewood with an axe. It will warm you up, I promise.
Right.
May not warm the rest of your family up, though. That's probably not happy right now. Oh, goodness gracious. So Todd's adventure starts it right off. What's for dinner?
Oh, so we are having a fancy dinner tonight.
We're having a fancy dinner tonight. And what is our fancy
Very
dinner?
creative. Steak and steak.
Steak and steak. That
Not
doesn't sound
steak
fancy.
And shake, but steak and steak.
Okay, that don't sound fancy.
So we are having bacon wrapped steak.
Okay.
With a special marsala sauce that I'm going to put on it at the end.
Uh-huh.
And we are having cabbage steak with another special mustard sauce I'm going to put on that.
Okay.
And smashed potatoes.
Smashed potatoes. All right, so we're having steak two different kinds of ways, it sounds like. Sure, we'll talk about that again in a minute as more people pop on. I am going to angle this camera down just a little. We look dark on it, although I'm sure we're probably not. Typically, that's not the case. Oh, so... yes, double yum, triple yum. I like it. Hello from South Dakota. We got North Carolina, Michigan, all kinds of people in the house. Again, yeah, the weather. Hopefully everybody's safe, doing well, and did well with the storms that went through. Y'all want to know something crazy? I just pulled up the weather and was checking it because I knew we'd be talking about it. Check this out. This is my first time seeing this. I wish I had the streaming software and could show y'all. So I'm looking at the forecast for the rest of the week. We have rain coming in Thursday, and it's supposed to get extremely cold. And my forecast right now is saying snow here.
What?
From 10 p.m. Friday night to 3 a.m. Saturday morning.
Oh, we're staying up for that.
We are going to stay up if we actually get some snow. It is supposed to be in the 20s for several days this weekend, but apparently this rain is going to be here while it's so cold on Friday. It's telling me snow right now. There's a 5-hour window that we may get it. Some of y'all hate snow and don't want to see it. Us Floridians, hey.
I mean, you can't miss it.
This might be a rare chance that we get to see it. So, yeah, we're probably going to stay up Friday night and check that out. But that's how cold it's supposed to get this week.
I'll let you stay up and then wake me up.
Oh, how about that? How interesting. So, y'all pray for us Floridians. If we get snow, we ain't going to know what to do. Mm-hmm. There's going to be people wrecking everywhere and all kinds of craziness.
Also seen on here, it's Todd's birthday today.
All right, Todd's birthday. So, happy birthday, Todd. And let's see here. So, Larry asked, where's Bullet? So... we're going to be honest with you. It is way too cold for Bullet. Windy. That's why we got jackets on right now. It's cutting us. It's not freezing, but it just dipped down into the 40s. I was checking the outside thermometer there. But it's blowing 20 to 30 mile an hour winds. You just can't really see it. Way too cold for that little dog. If it's not 72 plus, he's freezing.
It's got to be above 70.
Yep. So he's inside chilling out right now.
And his toe is hurt again.
Yep.
It's infected again.
So his little toe, it got better. He's been running around for the last week and a half. Great. After the vet visit, he run out of antibiotics. We gave him all that they gave us. And now his little toe's looking swollen again. So I think he has another vet visit in his future coming up over the next couple of days. So his little foot's hurting too. I'm sure the cold weather definitely isn't going to help that. Oh, goodness. So Erica says, cabinets look amazing, but I see you use the stud finder again without doing the mandatory stud finder test. You know, the stud finder well should be holding it over me.
Oh gosh.
I like your thinking.
Oh,
hey, I've been found this stud one time before. I didn't figure there was no point in finding it again, but yeah. Hey, how about that? So snowing in North Georgia, says William. Man, that's close enough to home. That's crazy. You'll get snow up there. And Michael asked, how is that 420 move-in date looking? I guess that was your predicted date. I still think we're definitely good for that. I'm still thinking end of March, sometime in April for the CO. That doesn't mean the house is going to be 100% complete. I may still be doing trim and lights and minor things, but whatever it takes to get get that CO, we're working toward it. I think we're going to make some of these deadlines that y'all picked over the next couple of months, but who knows? I can tell you this weather right now is about to ruin me. This week I was going to start prepping all the tongue and groove pine that I just went and got. I know some of y'all haven't seen that because y'all don't get the community post that I put out, but I've got all of our tongue and groove pine in, had to drive all the way to Alabama. It was about a 8.5+ hour trip to get it. That's the closest place I could find the links and all that I needed in stock. I was going to start polying it and clear cutting it this week. I cannot do it with 20, 30 mile an hour winds blowing stuff everywhere. I've got almost 1,000 square feet to cover, so I need to do it in the yard. And several 30-degree days, and then we dip into the 20s for several days. There is no way that I can poly, so we're going to have to jump on some other stuff. But we do have some exciting stuff going on this week. We'll talk about throughout the live stream. And Van Life Crystal said, did you notice you're at almost 40,000 subs? Yes, we have noticed it. I've been noticing it for the last week. We've just been sitting.
It's such a tease.
We've been sitting right there. We just can't get to 40,000. I can tell YouTube did a purge the other night, is what I call it, to where when there's spam accounts or fake accounts that subscribe to you, every now and then they'll do a purge and you'll wake up and notice, hey, I just lost 100 or 200 subs. We had that happen a couple of nights ago, so that set us back on getting to that 40,000 number that I'm so desperate to get to. We're just gonna keep grinding away. We had a video kind of blow up over the last month, just a random one, get a couple 100,000 views. We picked up 1,400 subscribers with that, and I thought we was flying to 40, and then the videos just stopped, which means YouTube stopped promoting it. That's just the way this YouTube world works right there. But hopefully by next week, we're at 40,000. I would really love to celebrate that with y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching and sharing and telling people about us. It's because of you that, hey, this thing is working, and we're working toward a big number like 40,000. So here's to 40, here's to 50, here's to 100, and whatever we can get to down the road.
Yes.
So M9 Ovich, I hope I'm saying your name right, but I know we talk a lot, said, think you guys would be sitting by a fire, big fire in the fire pit. It's too windy, y'all. I'm serious. Y'all are in a protected shop right now, but y'all maybe can hear the leaves and the trees back there. It's probably gusting 20 to 30, and if I had a fire lit right now, there would be embers and ashes everywhere in the yard. This wind is swirling really bad. We'd have smoke all in our eyes. It's definitely cold enough for a fire. It's way too windy for a fire, way too windy. I'm sure we're gonna burn the heck out of a fire tomorrow night and throughout the rest of this week. Actually, sounds like the next several weeks, we're gonna be burning the fire. I don't know. If it gets in the 20s, we probably ain't gonna be sitting out here, just letting y'all know.
Yeah.
If it's snowing and in the 20s like they're calling for, we're probably gonna be inside that little camper burning propane and electric heaters.
Us Florida people aren't used to that.
Yeah,
So.
that might be a bit much for us for be outside, you know. Let's see here. I had a comment just fly by. It says, less fishing and more finishing. He wants to get his projected date. Hey, that fishing video I just posted, that was actually recorded, I think, at the end of November, so you can't hold that against me. I just finally found the time to edit that video.
Yeah, he's been working 7 days a week.
I have been working 7 days a week. I worked on the house again today, and I've been promising myself I'm not going to keep doing that, and I keep doing it.
I'm really hoping once this house is done, we can get some more fishing videos going. And
I
get
would
that
like to
channel
do that.
going.
I haven't hunted it. I can't remember the last time I hunted. It's been it's probably been a month and a half since I fished, realistically. I wish I could do a lot more of it. So Todd says 8.5 hours one way. No, that was total round trip out to Alabama. It was about 4 hours one way, and you got a couple little stops in there. But it was probably 8.5 to 9 hour total trip to get out there and get back. But like I said, it was the only place I could find the tongue and groove, especially in 10-foot lengths that I need. That's an odd length that most mills don't cut. But we're dealing with a unique problem down here in Florida and South Georgia. Before COVID, I could find mills cutting tongue and groove pine everywhere. I could run 1 hour away and pick up all that I wanted. But what people have been telling me is going on now is a lot of these little private sawmills are getting hired out by the big guys due to the lumber crunch that we just had. They're coming in saying, hey, we're going to pay you to just cut 4x4s or whatever it is. We're going to send a truck once a week or how many other times it is, and we're going to pick it up. That's all we want you to cut. So they're contracting out to these bigger mills and bigger lumber yards, and they're killing the private work for people like me that's looking for it. So that makes me have to drive 2 states away to go get some lumber. So it's crazy times we're dealing with right now.
And I'm so excited for that project. I can't wait to see what that will look like.
Yeah, that's going to look really nice. I'm kind of excited about that project too. I'm not excited about the poly and clear and all of it. We're going to get it figured out though. So Demand Your Help says if you start promoting, I lost it, people to hit the like button more often, it'll increase your views. It will, and it's something I've felt guilty about, and the reason I don't never push it in videos, because I know people get sick and tired of hearing in every video, hey, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, all that stuff. But I really should do it a little more often, because there is a lot of people that are new to YouTube, don't have a clue how it works, new to Facebook, don't have a clue how the whole system works and what they look at to promote you, and don't realize how critical the thumbs up and subscribing really is to getting your videos promoted so your channel can grow. I really do need to quit feeling guilty about saying that and promote it.
You can do it in a nice, subtle way.
Yeah.
Not
I just don't want to shove it down everybody's throat.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are under the impression of you shouldn't have to ask if people want to subscribe, they'll subscribe. And there's a lot of truth to that. But then again, there's the side of it that there's a lot of people that don't have a clue, don't even know there's a subscribe button. So yeah, I need to push that a little more. I really do. All right, so got comments flying by. So the next one is, what are we doing for countertops? That's a good one to talk about because we've changed our minds, thanks to y'all. We were dead set that we were going to do granite countertops. And I've read enough of your comments and enough people saying, no, you've got to constantly seal it. They stain, you can't put hot stuff on it. It scared us to death. We changed our minds. So we've been going and looking at solid surface countertops, the Corian and different name brands like that. It's basically the man-made stuff. So we haven't found an exact one we like yet, but we did look at some samples the other day. We're going to go back and eyeball that could work for us. It's kind of in the same price range as granite, although a little more expensive, of course. But it's cheaper than, say, quartz, which is very expensive. But I think the solid surface countertop is going to be the ticket because, well, they don't scratch as easy, stain, and have all the other problems that granite does. So Todd's asked, how did the new gutters do with the rain? And then I'm going to skip down a few comments here because I'm way behind. Believe it or not, they did awesome. Now, it rained all night long, so I didn't get to come out and check it at 2 a.m. But I went out there and checked today with the long 10-foot pipes that I ran at the ends of them. What little bit of dirt and grass was there, none of it was washed out hardly at all. Like I could fix it with a rake.
Yeah.
Now, if I had to let it dump out right by the house and all that old loose sand,
Oh, we had trenches.
yeah, I would have had a nightmare today. So they did really well. I don't see where the gutters spilled over at all. No issues. And I'll go ahead and spill the beans. We're doing septic tomorrow. So that starts tomorrow. Then we're going to get the inspection in the middle of the week and close it all up. So it'll probably be the end of the week before I get you the video. But I'm talking with my septic guy today, who happens to be a really good friend of mine. And I was telling him about the gutters that I just put some pipe on. He says, well, hey, while I'm there with the excavator, he said, why don't we go ahead and trench in the ground and lay you some sewer pipe. You got the connections to go to sewer pipe off the ends of the gutters. He said, let's just go ahead and bury it and run the pipe out the end of the yard. I said, well, I can't really turn that down while the guy's got the excavator and can save my back. So we're probably going to have a septic and burying the gutter drain pipe episode. I was going to wait and take my time to figure out where I really wanted to run the gutter pipes down the road, but I got to jump on this situation. So somewhere way out in the yard where the septic will be, I'll probably have a gutter pipe exit. That way I can make a protected area where people won't drive. We might do a bird bath and a little flower bed out there. The gutter can dump out there. And again, we'll cover up the septic so nobody drives in it. So we're going to figure all that out tomorrow. That's going to be kind of neat figuring that out. But that was nice of him to offer. He just pulled that out on his own. So, Yukon Cornelius says, where did I get my steel trusses from and how much were they? So I bought an entire package deal. I don't have a clue how much the trusses themselves run. but it's from Backwoods Buildings out in Chipley, Florida, and they can ship anywhere. I had a flatbed semi ship this stuff out to me because it was really reasonable. But I bought an entire pole barn package with 20-foot poles or 18-foot poles, something like that. All the metal, wood fascia. I upgraded the trusses, talked with their engineer, over-engineered them to handle the extra weight that the house is going to put on it with all the decking. What else that comes with? It comes with all the screws, everything. So I don't have a clue on the trusses, but you can call them. They have their own truss plant, and I'm sure they can give you a price and actually ship you trusses. They also have hot shot trucks, like the 3/4 ton trucks that'll come out with the gooseneck. That can get you some stuff a little cheaper as well. So Backwoods Building, Chipley, Florida. So Larry says solid surface, man-made product, much better choice than granite would have been. I agree. Now we ain't gonna lie, the granite looks beautiful. It's so hard for a man-made product to replicate the look of granite.
And that's where I'm going to have a hard time figuring out what I want, because I'm kind of picky with that.
I know, but I think we both can agree we can sacrifice look a little to not have to seal something constantly, not have to be scared to death about putting anything on it. And that we might be overthinking it some, but I've done heard enough people comment.
I don't want to rush into a decision just to...
Well, we don't have to. We've got a couple months to figure it out. And we've done checked with a couple of countertop places. They're guaranteeing installs in 10 days, so it's not like we're being quoted 6 months before we can get you a countertop. We just got our undermount sink, so we're kind of got everything in the kitchen set up for countertops right now. Butcher block would look good. I agree. That's probably a bit too big of an area for butcher block, and maybe that'd be too much wood going on. We want something to kind of break up the wood floors, wood cabinets, wood ceiling. So a lighter colored countertop really would do that. And the Mikey G, he never forget me on the old grapple fund. Thank you so much for the donation there. I need to add that to the grapple fund that's still running. No doubt in my mind, we're getting a grapple this year.
Appreciate it.
We're getting a grapple this year. Y'all have been extremely generous in making donations toward that. I cannot wait to get one. We have so much fence line clearing to do out in this pasture for animals. I'm going to have a tremendous amount of tree cutting, and could really, really, really use a grapple for cleanup and everything
Maybe
else.
I'll have time for projects like that.
Yes, after the house is done, I might actually have time for projects. Well, I want to dive into animals so bad I can't stand it, but I also want a deck back there. We want a pool. But honestly, we're going to have to check finances after the house is done for those two things. So I might be just going out there running a chainsaw. Yeah, for all the things. Yeah, fencing's not free either. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see here. I'm sorry I'm having to skip over a few questions. Keep asking them. So Sue asked, how are you going to keep the water pipes from freezing on the coming cold blast? When it gets in the 20s like that, that's a huge concern for me. My pipes always seem to freeze up when we get in the 20s. So sadly, I'm going to start wrapping them this week, but all I can do starting next Friday on for the several 20-degree days they're calling for is drain my pipes every single night. But that's relatively easy to do. Since I put in a big ball valve at the pump right over here, I can go open up all my spigots, open up that ball valve, naturally drain the pipes back under the ground. We don't get a frost line here, so that won't be a problem. And then in the morning, all I'll have to do is get up, turn the water back on, and then we can use the bathroom in the camper or whatever else it'll be. But I have too many exposed pipes here, especially in the camper. It's not a winterized type of camper. So I have no choice but to drain those lines. I really have to, or I'm going to wind up with some serious problems. That, or I guess I can drain, or I can drip them through the night, but I'll have to drip them very heavy. I mean, one morning they're talking 25, 26, I think I've seen. That's where I start really running into busting pipes or spigots and the dripping not even working. So we're just got to keep an eye on the weather and see if it fluctuates throughout the week. Let's see here. Excuse me. So Jade or Maddox asked, what's your 2022 subscriber goal? I don't know. I had one last year of 25,000, which we blew past. This year, I would love to see 100,000. It's going to take, not necessarily a miracle, but it's going to take a few videos really blowing up to make that happen. But you just never know with this YouTube thing. They could promote another video next week that gets 2 million views, and next thing you know, you picked up 20, 30,000 subscribers. We've already seen that happen once. But I don't tend to put goals and hang them over my head too terribly much. Goals are good, don't get me wrong. But all I want to do is just keep making interesting and good content, grow the homestead, grow the channel naturally through things that I think people are going to find interesting. And hey, it'll settle out where it settles out. The only goal that I really truly have for this year that I would love more than anything is by the end of this year, I would like to have her home. I really would. We would like to start another channel or add to this one with her cooking. I would love for Facebook to get monetized. It would take all that to happen to get her home, to be realistic with y'all, just financially. But that's a bit ambitious of a goal, but it can absolutely happen. So that's my true goal for 2022. Get her home. So we'll see if we can give her that for Christmas this coming up year. So see, I'm seeing people talking about pipes are frozen right now. Ooh, hate to hear that. Let's see what. Reading a few more comments. Uh-oh, now everybody's saying stick with granite, stick with granite. Don't start confusing us. We've had so many people tell us don't do granite. Now you are confusing us. So Dennis Lee said, so excited for y'all. The gutters look great. Like the silver and the metal look. I was actually shocked. I haven't made it through everybody's comments today. It's been a very busy day for us. But I've seen a ton of people really liking the metal look of the gutters. I thought people were going to be like, y'all are crazy. You should have did colored gutters. There was a few of them comments. But a lot of people were like, really like the metal look. It's different. It's unique. You don't hardly see nobody doing a metal look. But we have a metal roof on this shop. We have a metal roof on the pole barn over here. Metal roof on the house. There's a lot of metal going on out here, so it doesn't really stand out in the big scheme of things, especially having the metal fascia on the building. I got a dry throat. Give me just a second. I've been talking a lot. All right, so yep, ice machine. Okay, we can actually give you a little bit of information on that. Yesterday, we got the ice machine cleared out of corn. It's no longer holding vegetables. I flipped it back on. It's making ice. So at some point this week or next, I'm going to completely defrost it, start all over. I want to play with some fan locations because I had a lot of good suggestions in the last video. We may even only have to go with one fan. We're going to go from a corner, try a few different setups before I actually do permanent mounting of the fans. And I need to replace one ice maker that went bad when I had an overflow issue that happened a while back. Don't really know exactly what happened with that. So that is coming. We did flip the ice machine back on for the first time in several weeks yesterday. So I will get a video out for that. Oh yeah, right behind it. Do more ice maker videos. Yep, I know. That's what brought me here. That's coming, I promise. That absolutely is coming. I had to buy ice for the first time in a while, the last 4 to 6 weeks, and it drove me mad. That whole project was to get me away from having to run all the way to the store and buy ice. So I'm glad to get back to making ice.
Ran out of room.
I know we did. Well, it was good. We had a lot of vegetables from the garden and fish and animals I harvested. So we filled the freezer up for a good reason, and then it kind of spilled over into this freezer. Okay, so Andrew says, good evening, just jumped on. What are your plans for the back of the exposed cabinets? So I have large, it's almost a 4x8 paneling that's already the color of the wood finished cabinets. So I'll be ripping that down, putting it on the back side. We also have decorative door panels that'll go on there. I have inside corner molding, outside corner molding. Oh goodness, scribe molding, toe kick moldings, all kinds of stuff. I'm actually trimming the cabinets out right now. I'm going to finish that out tomorrow. The top, just started recording me installing the overrange microwave and doing all the duct work up into the attic. And then I'm going to dive into covering the back sides of the cabinets. Now, once we get to that, I have to stop because the last of the trim out will be to the floor, and I won't do that until the floor in itself is actually installed. And then the toe kick trim, I have some decorative and plain, will be what will actually hide the cut edge of the laminate flooring. So we're getting there. That video will be out probably, I'm going to try to get it out in 2 days because I have to finish doing a lot of that work tomorrow. But the trim, it's already in progress. Good. Yeah, it does look a whole lot better, especially that upper cabinet trim. And I'm going to trim out around the microwave. And I have something very special coming for the microwave that somebody nailed spot on today. Told me I should do. I'm already in the process. We talked about it earlier today. Not the microwave, the refrigerator.
Oh, like
refrigerator cover. Refrigerator cover.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So Brad says, how come no gutters on the sides? Are you not worried about runoff? I don't know what you mean by that. I have gutters on both sides. I don't have them front or back where they're not needed, but there is gutters on both sides. Elaborate a little more, Brad. Maybe I'm not reading that correctly. And Michael says, what t-shirt do we have on today? I'm running my Thinker Tinker t-shirt.
And I'm
And
wearing
Tiffany
a sweater.
is not being a Kelley's Country Life fan. She's wearing a sweater.
We need to order more clothes.
Yeah, we do. We
Well,
got
by
on.
the time we get long sleeve stuff, winter's going to be over with. So
Ain't that the
whatever.
truth? I got on there about 6 weeks ago to order me some long sleeve shirts. She said, "Hold up, I want to order some." It never happened. Never happened. I need to get some of those. All right. So, good day, ma'am and sir. How long till you get the septic in and grid power? So, septic starts tomorrow. He's going to be here at 9 a.m. We're going to start digging. He thinks he's going to have everything installed tomorrow. Drain, fill, you name it. And then I'm supposed to get an inspection on Wednesday. Then we'll cover it up. So I'll have you a septic video by the end of this week. And I was also explaining earlier that he suggested, while he's got the excavator here, why don't we go ahead and dig and install drain pipes for the gutters that I just put in. So I was like, excellent idea. Thank you so much for offering that. So we're going to have a little bit more gutter stuff going in as well as the septic episode. But starts tomorrow. Reading a few more comments. Hang on. That's right. So John says you can always paint the downspouts if the metal doesn't grow on you. You could, but honestly, I've already got used to it. It took me about 2 days. Now it doesn't even stand out to me anymore. I think it looks perfectly fine. And Bobby said, did you think of doing hardy fascia? I suppose I could have, but at the price that I was quoted to do metal and it already matches everything else, I had to go with it. It was just an excellent deal that this guy gave me. He does quality work. He's already did this shop a few years ago, so I trusted his work. He does all my friends' houses around here, so it was kind of a no-brainer to go with the metal, have him install everything, and do the metal gutters at the same time. So I see Crystal says do some man candle videos. Actually, that's been on my mind here lately. I need to find a day to do that because I really do want to tweak those. I've had a few more people asking me here recently to do that as well. So I see Casey from Henderson's How To Review jumped on. He says cabinet was great. How did you fare in the camper last night? We did good. It got a little windy, and we had one pretty significant power surge that tripped breakers off in the camper. I don't know what the heck happened there. It wasn't even lightning.
Probably just some wind.
Yeah, we got about 2 inches of rain. Been windy all day. That's it. We did very, very well.
We slept through it.
Yeah, we did pretty much sleep through it. We did great in the camper for a storm like this. So when do we plan on start installing the ceiling? So I'll go over that again. This weather this week is not good. I was going to start clear coating all my tongue and groove pine that I just picked up for the house ceiling. But the weather is bad. It's going to be in the 30s the next couple of days here. Then it's supposed to rain Thursday and Friday. Then it's going to be in the 20s. And I don't know if y'all caught at the beginning of this live stream, I just checked. Friday night, all the way in through 3 a.m. Saturday morning, they're calling for snow here. It's going to be that cold. I'm seeing snow on the forecast I'm looking at right now. So we're probably going to stay up and see if that actually happens. And by snow, I mean flurries.
Flurries, yeah.
But then they're calling for several 20-degree days starting this weekend. No way I can treat that lumber, clear coat it, leave it out in the yard, especially with all this wind. So we're going to be at least next week before we can clear and hopefully start on the living room ceiling. I'm really looking forward to that. I want to get the lift out of the house, have the ceiling finished, and move on to the outside of the house. Let's see here. So Lisa says she sees our sink isn't in the middle of the window. Will you change that? Our sink is centered in the middle of the window.
It better be.
It is. What you looking at, Lisa? Yeah, we got it right in the window. Now, I could be off that much one side or the other with adjusting cabinets, but I don't know if you're seeing that good on those videos now, are you? But no, it's right there set up with the window. Let's see here. Catching a few more comments here. Corian countertops are designed to be heat resistant up to 212 degrees without sustaining damage. That's pretty good. No way we just want to put a straight piping boiling pan of water right on there. And higher temperatures will damage the countertops. That makes sense being that they are resin and can be fixed probably by melting. Let's see here. Sheila says, more wood, more animals, more ice, fire pits, more, all of it, love it. Hey, you know exactly the future of this channel. That's what we plan on doing. Thank you very much for watching. So B&L Garden says, Tiffany, what's your thoughts on the cabinets? Be honest.
Oh, I will be honest. Believe me.
Okay.
At first, I was a little hesitant because I just had in my mind the color that I imagined I wanted the cabinets, but just feeling these cabinet doors and the soft close and especially the glass cabinets, I wanted something I could display some of my dishes in without having like a cabinet or anything in the other part of the house. But I love them. I really do now.
Yep.
Yeah.
They grew on her.
Yeah.
They look richer. They look so much nicer. But I think she was dead set on light wood, everything in the house, and that kind of threw her for a loop. But I think we can tie everything together perfectly fine with a light colored countertop.
And I mean, it was such a blessing that they
It was
did
an
that.
absolute blessing.
So,
Yep.
I mean, overall, yes, I'm very, very satisfied.
Yeah.
And you did a great job on them.
Thank you very much. So Brad says, notice on the front and back of the house, you're talking about the gabled ends, we didn't put gutters. Typically, you don't install a gutter there because there is an actual lip that you can't see with what's called rake metal and then a ridge of tin. Water is not going to run back and over. Some of it may hit the side if you have blowing rain and fall straight down, but that's not of a big concern there at all. So Chris said if Septic's done this week, he'll be here on Friday. What, you can't just go in the woods, Chris? So Joshua asked, did we ever figure out what we're going to do for the patio soffits? I think for now, we're going to attempt to paint the area, run all the wires and conduit, and come back and address that later. We may come back and tongue and groove pine it. If the ceiling turns out good and it seems like it's an install that I can easily do, we may do metal down the road, or we may leave it painted. We don't know. But we think for the time being, we're just going to paint it real quick, kind of get everything covered up, and move on. I think it's the right choice. We would really want to focus on getting moved into the house and then come back and address that later down the road. So Casey says, tell me when you want to do the ceiling, he will help. He will come help. Casey, be careful. May take you up on that. I talk with Casey a lot off of YouTube. He does construction a few hours west of me and has given me a lot of good advice. He's got his own YouTube channel too. Careful. May take you up on that. So Levi says you got to keep the wood acclimated. That is a problem I'm having right now, Levi. I have that wood in my shop out here that's going through extreme temperature changes. I have almost 1,000 square feet, and it's extremely difficult to figure out where to get this in the house. That is a little bit of a concern of mine right now with some expansion and contraction down the road. So we're going to have to address that. I'm going to have to look further into the acclimation. And Jay Hess says, are you going to have an island in the kitchen? We are not, but we have talked about if she wants like a prep table, I may build her a butcher block, roll around prep table on the cabinet that we can store in the pantry. But an actual island, no, we don't plan on doing.
Yeah, right now I think I have enough countertops.
She has
Like,
a ton
this
of
is
countertops.
Twice or 3 times what I used to have.
Yeah,
So
at least twice the size of our last
yeah,
kitchen.
I might be okay for now.
I think she's
Yeah.
good. So Stephen Smith, thank you so much for the donation. Says, really enjoyed watching videos, top notch. If you were a contractor, I'd trust you to build my forever home. Well, thank you very much. You might trust me, but you might not would or could afford me as slow as I work and as picky as I am. But if you want picky work, hey, I'm your man. If you want it done yesterday, I'm not your guy. But thank you so much for the donation. Truly appreciated. Let's see here. Rusty's says, how did the gutters hold up last night? Did really well. I don't see where they spilled over at all. And we did not have any washout after I run a long 10-foot PVC pipe off the end. Some of y'all may not have seen that. I didn't include it in the video, but I did do a community post. I just ran 4-inch gutter pipes way out in the yard, and they make special adapters that goes on the end of the gutters. I just did not want to wash the dirt away, the foundation, for obvious reasons. See people talking about my measurements and being picky. So Chris says, what are we going to do with the other set of the cabinets? Those are already gone. I had a friend reach out to me from another town away. A guy I used to work with was in need of some cabinets, and he came and got those, I think, last Wednesday. So they are already gone. And I am so glad to have the room back in the house. When you have 2 sets of built cabinets and appliances sitting in your living room, it got crammed really, really quick. So, Lonesome Pine Farm says, can I hire you to build my house on the St. Marks River? Love the St. Marks River, love the area, but nope, I'm retiring after building this house. I don't think I have it in me to build another house.
Yeah.
So, another more countertop questions, so we'll talk that one more time. We were dead set on granite. Now we're thinking more solid surface countertops for the reasons of they hold up better supposedly than granite. We're still a little back and forth, but we have not picked them out yet. We did go start looking.
Yes.
So we're in that process right now. Luckily, the couple places we have looked are quoting us 10 days, around 2 weeks that you can have them installed. So it doesn't sound like there's a big hold up there. So next live stream should be from inside the house. We would if we had signal over there. The reason we always do it out here in the shop is because I have a cell phone booster out here, and that's the only way that we keep from dropping y'all on a live stream. But I am going to wind up installing a cell booster in the house. Might as well, because we just don't ever know when we're going to get our Starlink satellite internet. I just found out another friend or someone that is a friend of mine knows somebody about 30 miles, 40 miles from me that just got their satellite in this week. So I'm wondering where the heck my satellite dish is. So Harrison says his wife and him are buying an older house, but will need firewood in Malone, Florida. May need to convince her to get a splitter. You need to convince your back that you need to get a splitter. Hey, I can be mainly about some stuff, but splitting wood day in, day out with a maul and axe, oh no, man. Hydraulic log splitter is absolutely the way to go. So Mikey says, how close are we on the grapple fund? A lot further than you think, because I have to do hydraulics on the tractor. Don't forget that. I think we're around $1,400 in donations y'all have made for the grapple fund. I'll have to go back and look at it exactly. So we're not too terribly far as the grapple goes, but I have to do about $1,500 worth of an electronic switch and an actuator and hydraulics on the tractor. I don't have third function. So it's going to wind up costing me several $1,000s to get the grapple actually working on there, but I want it so bad. We're heading that direction. We're going to make it happen. Trust me on that. So as of right now, I guess you can say y'all have made enough donations to do the hydraulics. That's already covered without a doubt. And then I'm just going to have to work into the actual grapple itself, vice versa. But they both go hand in hand to make that work. Oh, let's see here. So yay, Septic. I've never seen so many people excited about Septic. And outstanding to have the gutters go around. Y'all don't know how excited I was about the gutters. Of all the things that's happened, I think I was more excited about the gutters than just about anything to this point on the house.
Oh, yeah.
I got sick and tired of dirt washing away and that ugly tin. I got so sick and tired of that ugly tin. So I'm so happy to have those. And yes, when Septic's done this week, that's nice because then I can start pestering the inspector again about some permanent power, although it sounds like I better go ahead and have all plumbing finished to truly meet the code for turning power on, which is no problem. Got temporary power now. The house is staying acclimated. HVAC's running, and it's doing so well. Huh.
Maybe that's something we can work on this week if you can't paint the ceiling.
What?
Getting some plumbing going.
No, you gotta have flooring down.
Oh, that's right.
Ta-da! Yeah.
That's right.
No, trust me. I got siding I can do on the outside.
Yeah.
I need to do that. I've got. I can go ahead and start prepping the living room ceiling with all the fern strips for the tongue and groove. I got plenty of work to do.
Okay.
Trust me. And I got to finish all the cabinets, all that trim. I've got plenty to do. See, Mikey G says he has Starlink for internet. I've been signed up on it since the beginning of last year. Waiting. I just checked yesterday, and mine's telling me mid-2022 is their best guess that I'll get it. So I guess I'm just going to keep hurrying up and waiting. So JMJ says you can cover your living room floor to prepare your ceiling pine. I could, although that's nowhere near enough square footage to handle the amount that I bought because I got plenty of extra in case I have splits or really bad knots I want to throw out. And I'm going to air spray the I'm gonna do the poly a very specific way, and outside's really the way to do it. I have a friend that does this for a living, builds custom horse barns. I'm talking really high-end horse barns. That's done miles and miles of tongue and groove. He's gave me all the suggestions on how to kind of prepare and have this stuff set up. So we're gonna have a whole episode on that, but I really need to do it outside. Otherwise, I'm gonna make a heck of a mess. I really am. So Harrison asked, what grapple am I going to get? I'm not sure. If I buy a brand new one, I will absolutely get one locally. I already have a root rake from a company. What was that?
Ice.
That was ice. Oh,
Yeah.
ice just fell. I haven't heard ice in so long it threw me for a loop. I was like, what was that noise? My ice machine's kicking. But there is a local company that I absolutely want to support. I think they make an excellent grapple. If I buy one brand new, if I get one used, you know, we'll have to see what happens there. Just not so sure yet. As we get closer, I'll start figuring that out. So Norman says, hello from Alabama. Cabinets look great. Thank you very much for that. I was just in Alabama myself picking up tongue and groove pine. So Vivian says she would guess that we're going to move in near February 16th. I personally think that's a bit soon. I appreciate the vote of confidence, but we're going to see. I'm going to keep working away 7 days a week, apparently. I'm ready for a day off. Let's see here. How long till the bathroom gets done? That's another good question. So as far as the shower goes, I have been struggling for months to find any kind of a tile person, and I finally had somebody come over. I had a couple people come over recently. One was just the most astronomical quote I've ever heard in my life. All I could do was laugh. I mean, it was insane. Then I had another person come that, with reference, shook hands, made a deal, and I haven't heard from them in a couple weeks. So I don't know if maybe they're on vacation, they might be sick or something. So I'm waiting to hear on that. Now, also I've got to install my shower valve, which I couldn't even really find one locally. We went and did a whole tile shopping day, and there were several things I couldn't find locally. So I've had to order that through the mail. That'll be in this week, so that's some more work than I need to do. So technically, I'm not even ready for tile and getting the bathrooms going until next week, but ultimately, I'm up to the mercy of the tile person. And they were telling me it was probably going to be 1st of February before they could get to me anyways, but I'm trying to get a hold of them right now and let them know that, hey, I've got materials whenever they're ready. All I got to do is install this shower valve and kind of get everything prepped and ready there and check the plumbing one more time. Man, it looks pretty out there.
I know.
Sun setting, yep. Clouds going by, windy, cold.
Freezing.
It looks fake. I see why people talk about a green screen now. It does look a little fake.
It does, yeah.
All right, so I've done missed a pile more questions. Let's see here. So I see a few more what's for supper questions. We've had some people jump on late. I need to shut up for a second and let you talk. So what's for supper again?
We are having bacon wrapped steak and cabbage steak and smashed potatoes.
There you go.
With some fancy drizzled sauces.
Yeah, some homemade sauces and a couple steak recipes. So Todd's nailed it. He said, I bet Andrew thought that was a gunshot. That's exactly what I thought it was when that ice dropped. It just had a crack and sounded weird. Yeah, I was like, who's out here shooting?
It's right there.
Oh, goodness. So Crystal says, did you decide what you're going to do with the loft railing? We have not yet. I still got a little time to figure that out. Probably going to be something in the black metal look for the fact of
That's what I want.
Yeah, we got, okay, that's what she wants. That settles it then.
Yeah.
We got to tie in the metal trusses and things like that. So I think black metal will be something easy for me to work with. I love working with metal, and we'll just make something ourselves right there. So Lonesome Pine Farm says, where's Bullet? It's windy, cold. He doesn't handle that well, and his little toes started swelling up on him again today, bothering him. We just took him to the vet, got him on antibiotics. He was doing awesome. And he woke up today not doing too well again, so I think he has another vet visit in his future. So, yep, he's inside chilling on the couch, probably watching TV or taking a nap, you know, doing what dogs do. I'm reading. Okay, so Clark and Deborah ask a weekly common question. Any new shirts or hats coming out? There needs to be. I haven't got around to it. There ain't no excuse other than the fact that I have yet to make the time for it. I stay busy. I really do. It's
We have so many ideas too.
we do have so many ideas. I can at least work on some new shirts. I need to do that. I need to get another design.
Yeah.
I've heard about 5 of them though, and I really only probably need to put one design out. We'll talk about that. I need to design another shirt. I can see if I can get that done by the end of this week. The hats, I kind of fell off the wagon there because I got to find a whole different company to make those. Figure it out.
I did screenshot that one company.
Yes,
somebody
we need
told
to
us
look
about,
into
but I
that.
don't know if I kept it.
So I'm still dragging. No excuses. It's me. I'm dragging. I got behind. So Rodney says, if wife is happy, everyone is happy. Yeah, I suppose so.
True statement.
I'm slowly learning that throughout this
True
process right
statement.
here. So Mike says, talk to your local grapple company, have them sponsor you. Oh boy, I really wish that would happen. I will promote them like crazy because I love our local company. I really do. But I'm not the type to go up and use the channel for things like that and kind of push, hey, sponsor me. I just have yet to really do that. I mean,
you've sent several people their way.
Yes, I have.
So maybe
One day they might throw something out toward me. We'll see. Who knows? So Terry says, really look forward to your videos. You're doing a fantastic job. I hope without being too personal, can you give a total cost of this project house when you're finished? Absolutely. We've always said from the get-go we're going to do that. I was keeping a good running total there for the first couple months, and then I didn't no more. I just started sticking the receipts in the folder and focused on the house. So I can't tell you exactly where we're at financially at the moment, but for tax reasons and everything else, I've got to start crunching all those numbers. And at the end of this process, I plan on doing, a spreadsheet of, hey, plumbing costs this much, concrete costs this much, framing, and give you a good breakdown. And we do plan on sharing the total cost of it. I mean, people are so invested in this. A lot of people watch this that are dreaming about building this style of a home or something like it in the future. I think it's only but fair to share the financial information. But people are going to have to understand our cost here in this area may be completely different than where you live. So you'll have to take a lot of that with a grain of salt. But we will absolutely share the cost without a doubt. Ladder shirt. Yep. I know that would probably be a very, very popular one. All right. Yes. Okay. She's going to start warming the Blackstone up since it's chilly here right now. We're going to do some cooking here in just a second. So Big Wave Florida says, look at the oak behind us. I know, man. I love that tree. I really hope it outlives us. I really, really do. So Andrew says, I noticed you've been using a few videos with the mic. How's that been working out for you? The mic. That's all right. She got to roll up the door. We have that old door rolled down and it's loud because the wind was whipping in. The mic's been working awesome. A viewer sent that in. What doesn't work so well and why I don't use it every single time is GoPro's ability to handle a wireless mic. It won't be a problem once I finally invest in a better camera that's built for an external mic, but you have to go through a specific series of hookups, powering off and on with one of my GoPros. The other one won't even take a wireless mic. And sometimes when I'm just really needing to kick a camera on and talk about something really quick and get back to work, that's why you don't see me use it a whole lot. But I absolutely love the mic. No doubt it sounds so much better, sounds more professional. I really, really need to get me a nice camera for recording inside that's set up just for a mic. However, thanks to good old COVID, I guess, the camera that I was dead set I was going to get, I checked the other day, and it's up several $100s. So I will not be purchasing it right now. We'll have to see if it comes back down. So let's see here. I'm reading a few more comments. Spokesperson for sponsoring. I've seen more shirt comments. Yep. Everybody keeps talking about the oak tree. I don't know. It does look awesome back there behind me today. So Jonathan says, he asked his dad if he can make some furniture and said, you have a 2x4 and a cinder block. Well, there you go. That may be our furniture in the house for a while until we can get some stuff ordered, because I'm hearing furniture is way behind right now, but I'm scared to go pick something out, order it, and then they call, hey, your stuff's in, made it in stock, and I have nowhere to store it right now. No flooring, none of the house, and my shop is so packed with house stuff right now, there's no place for me to put furniture. So we could wind up with these old rocker chairs and buckets inside for quite a while. And I can say that because Tiffany's not outside. Yeah, she probably still heard me anyways. So Tiffany cooking shirts, hey, that might not be a bad idea too. We could do something like that. And yep, plug in the Saul shirt. You know what? I haven't done that in quite a while. So now I'm due for didn't plug the Saul in before I got to work. So Dan said, iron-on patches. I know people recommend stuff like that and stickers. I need to look into a lot of that as well. Honestly, I just don't really know a whole lot about merchandising and these type of companies. I need to reach out to some people like Daniel from Orange Family Homestead and a few others that's been doing this a lot longer than me and a lot longer full time, and have the merchandising down and kind of see who they're using and what some of the options might be. So Whitetail Dave says, off the wall question, what siphon pump do you use for your gas transfer in your tractor? That has been an extremely common question. It's called, I'm trying to remember, a Terra pump, Terra. If you'll actually look in the video description on any video, including this live stream, we have an Amazon store. Now, yeah, we do get a small kickback if anybody purchased something through that. It doesn't cost you a dime extra. I have it in there if you want a quicker way of finding it, but it's straight off of Amazon. I think they're 25 bucks right now. They work extremely well for moving gas, for moving diesel, and things like that. Love those pumps. Absolutely love them. Tree needs a swing. Yeah, we may actually put one on it one day, but I'm afraid my fat butt might rip one of those tree limbs off. So Mikey G says, fluffy is the new sexy t-shirt. I totally forgot about that saying back in the day when everybody was pestering me about getting fluffy. Yep, hoodies and beanies. Actually, we do have, no, I can't remember if there's hoodies on our website or not. I think it's just long sleeve shirts, which I need to order some as well. Beanies would be good because us Florida people love wearing beanies. Anytime it gets colder than about 50 degrees, we think we're dying. So Whitetail Dave says, recently bought a tractor and needs that pump. I highly recommend it. The key is build you a wooden stand that you can put your 5-gallon jugs on and then drop that in and walk off. Another cool thing about that pump is it's got an automatic cutoff feature. So if it absolutely fills up, it'll cut it off even with you not around. That's pretty awesome for a little $25 pump. So Uncle Tim says, how cold did it get here? The cold front just came through this morning. So it's supposed to be 37 tonight, 30 Tuesday I'm seeing, 30 something Wednesday, and then get this, it's supposed to rain Thursday and all day into Friday night. Now they're calling for snow Friday night. I just seen from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Sunday morning. Then I'm seeing several days in the 20s, like mid 20s here. So we'll see how that all plays out throughout the week. But there is a slight chance we can get some snow come Friday night here in Florida. Although most likely what it would be is a few flurries that would melt as soon as they hit the ground. But we may stay up and see if that actually happens, if that forecast holds for the rest of the week. So it's going to be a cold week in Florida, no doubt about that. So Sue asked, what about a spiral staircase? That's another very common question that I get. The reason, I won't say we 100% won't do it, but we're pretty well convinced we won't do a spiral staircase. We stayed in the Keys this year. We finally took us a vacation and stayed in a room that had a spiral staircase, and we hated it. It was so cramped. The spacing on the steps didn't feel right. It bothered our knees in the morning walking up and down it, and you can't carry nothing of it up it, even a little bit of luggage and all. So we kind of talked ourselves out of a spiral staircase. Yeah, they look cool. They don't take up a ton of room, but we just didn't like the accessibility of them at all. So that's probably something we're going to write off right there and not do. So Joshua asked, what was my previous career before YouTube? That used to be a popular question. Not many people ask anymore. So for the last 9 years, well, last over a year I did YouTube, but the 9 years before that, I worked at a paper mill where we made a raw product, big jumbo rolls of paper that's used in anything from clothing to pharmaceuticals to all kinds of stuff. It was a raw ingredient that a customer took and made whatever they made out of it. And I started out there on the floor as just an entry-level technician, worked my way up into management, and whenever I left, I was managing 3 different departments there, and that's what I was doing, just running a wood yard, a digesting department, and kind of a screening or cleaning type of department. Pay was great, benefits were great, but it just was not a rewarding job to me like this is right here. You're on call 7 days a week. That was the other thing I didn't like about it. You work some weekends and holidays, and you can go ahead and plan on working 12 to 16 hours every day, especially if there was problems going on. So I didn't like the lifestyle. The older I got, I realized life isn't necessarily so much about the money as the time. I was never home, never seeing Tiffany, always missing birthdays and get-togethers and going out on the river on the weekends, things like that. So ultimately, I made a decision to pursue YouTube after we kind of saved up for a year and prepared ourselves financially for me to walk away from that career. And thus far, it's working out. I'm not going to say it's not a grind. It's not tight. Things are very tight financially doing this. We got a lot of growing to do to really make it work. But thanks to y'all, people's generous donations and And watching the videos and growing the channel, it's working, and it's been exciting. I've absolutely loved this. I really have. This is what I was meant to do, no doubt. I finally figured it out. I enjoy the heck out of this. So, Harrison asked, are we ever going to do a standalone diesel tank that you can move around with tractor forks? Yes, I've been talking with somebody who may still be on here that potentially has a diesel transfer tank. I want one so bad. As convenient as that little pump makes these 5-gallon cans, I'm ready to have 50 plus or 100 gallons on store here somewhere with a nice pump, especially whenever it's summertime and I'm mowing and using the tractor every single day. I can go through a lot of diesel. So a diesel transfer tank is 100% coming. I want that bad, without a doubt. So what type of kitchen sink? We were originally thinking farmhouse sink, but ultimately what we planned or decided on now is one of the large 33-inch by 20-something inch undermount stainless sinks. We think it'll look just fine with whatever countertop that we do, but just a big stainless undermount sink should do good.
Plus it was on sale.
Plus we got a killer price on it on sale. Tiffany got that this week. So how did the new gutters work out? Been a popular question tonight. Really well. I had PVC extensions on them. A lot of people didn't see that because I didn't include them in the video, and that got the water away from the house and kept from washing the sand out. But did extremely well. No washouts. Gutters didn't overflow last night. We got 2 inches of rain. That was a heck of a test for them. So did really well. So Mike asked, have we just thought about building an elevator? Lots of videos on them. Hadn't really considered it. I just don't know how to make that look good in that room. I think it would take away from it. And we really want to do something with the railing on the stairs to tie in, again, that black thing that we're doing in the house, the black metal trusses. So we're thinking black railing on stairs. We want this to look good as well, just be functional. Stairs need to be functional.
All right, we are getting ready.
All right. Tiffany says we're almost ready for cooking. Okay, Tiffany says we are ready for cooking. Get your butt over here. So I'm going to keep answering your questions, and we're going to let her do her typical Blackstone cooking. Give me just a second as I shake y'all around right here. There we go. Here I am. Let's flip this around. And before I flip it around, thank you very much, Mr. Robert. Very generous donation, baby. Just donated $50 to us. And let me get his comment back up here. It says, close to 50,000 subscribers. Blessed by your choice to pursue the YouTube dream. Hope to see those numbers increase even further. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Robert. He's been extremely generous, without a doubt. Hang on, y'all. I got to find my way around the shop. Check all this out. I'm literally blocked. Tile, board, everything else. We had to move everything in with all this rain that we got.
Did you show a sneak peek of the wood?
Oh yeah, I do need to show y'all that. So for all the people that don't get my community tabs, check this out. Here we go. Check out all this tongue and groove. Beautiful looking stuff right here. This is what I'm waiting on the weather to get right for. So we can poly and clear all this and get it up in the living room. And I bought a lot of extra just in case there was splits or problems, or, you know, you're going to get the occasional bust out an issue like this or some knots that you may not want. So excited to put that stuff up. All right, let's get back over here and let's see if I can knock Kool-Aid all over the floor this week too. All right. So let me grab a few more of y'all's comments. So, all right. So Casey from Henderson's How To says, I can bring you the transfer tank when I come to help you with the ceiling. So that's what I was talking about, y'all. I happen to know somebody on here that might have a diesel transfer tank, and now you know who it is.
All right, here is my cabbage steaks. Never done this before. We will see how it turns out.
Oh, she wasn't kidding. I was thinking steak like meat steak. She's talking cabbage steaks.
Cabbage.
Hey, people are going to be so proud. Y'all, look, we're doing vegetables on a live stream.
Yay.
We're not doing some fatty, cheesy, greasy meal. Well, we may be. Let's see here. So, very good point. They said in another couple months you'll be doing Sunday cooking in the house. Oh, we cannot wait. Larry says tongue groove's going to look beautiful. I absolutely agree. And Joshua says, I know, more comments on move the tongue groove in the house to keep it acclimated. I I do need to do that, but then I'm going to have to bust all the strapping on it. It may bow and warp on me. That's about 3,000 pounds of wood. I guess I can get to moving it piece by piece inside. I was hoping to already have it polished and ready to go, but man, it's just the weather has said no this week.
I'm gonna let that kind of steam underneath my pan here.
All right, she's
They
getting
don't
all
make
fancy.
a big enough lid, so I had to make my own.
And speaking of Blackstone stuff, thank you, Miss Lee, who sent us the
Yes.
pizza peel. I
Thank
couldn't
you.
pronounce it right the other week, but we had us a gift show up in the middle the other day. It was a pizza peel. Oh, she wasn't kidding. That is bacon wrapped steak.
Yeah,
We getting all fancy.
I told you.
So Maddox asked before the John Deere tractor that I have now, what did I have? I had another John Deere for several years. I actually bought that one from my father. It was a 44 horse 3 Series John Deere. That tractor was amazing. I think we wound up having it for 13 years and only ever went to the shop one time for a, what was it? A wheel seal. Yeah, it was a wheel seal. And that was after putting a ton of hours on it. So it was a great tractor.
All right.
Chris says we got to have cheese.
We're going to be doing smash burgers. Smashed potatoes.
Oh, I was about to say smash burgers.
No, sorry.
We're going to have steak and
I was
burgers.
looking at the steak.
People are gonna
thinking
think we're
it looks
horrible.
Like a hamburger. I had to do some chicken just because we needed a little bit extra for whenever we eat this tomorrow night. I didn't quite have enough for 4 portions.
All right, Josh, thanks for the comment on the acclimation. Something I definitely need to look into since it's looking like it's going to be a couple weeks before I can put all that tongue and groove up. Everybody else commenting on cheese. We love it too. Everybody's still talking about the tree. I love it. Which we've done lost our sunshine now. Now we're back to this just nasty winter day right here. I can see my breath now, so it's starting to get a little colder. My fingers are even getting a little numb on me. It's dropping fast. So Andrew asked how long have Tiffany and I been together. I'm gonna let her answer that because if I get it wrong, I'm in big trouble.
We have been together, it's going on 18 years now.
This
but we've been
April.
married for 14.
Yep, married 14 and then, yep, together for almost 18 come April.
And I'm flipping these because my stone was a little hot, so
That girl does like to cook with some heat now.
I don't want to get it too hot.
So somebody asked, what did I have for breakfast and lunch? Just want to know what your diet is. Well, we actually had a BLT today.
Yes.
We have been talking about that. She found some tomatoes and we had a salad.
Yep.
So
We were good today.
Yeah.
See?
BLT might not be the world's best, but
Well,
I mean, it's got lettuce
it
and
wasn't
tomato.
like a hamburger or something crazy.
Yep, so BLT and we had a light salad. So I think we did good today. Actually, we eat like that a lot. Oh, we love salads. Oh my goodness, we love salads. So Dennis, or I don't know if that's Denise or Dennis. So correct me there. Y'all know I'm horrible with names, but said did cabbage steaks and loved it. This is our first time doing cabbage steaks, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Got where we're really
Andrew
like.
doesn't like his stuff crunchy, so I'm going to have to get this pretty good and done.
Well, no, that's okay. I would rather it be somewhat crunchy and green instead of tender but crunchy because it's burnt. You know what I'm saying? So, Maddox says, what music have I been listening to this week? I have been on a 70s and, well, really 80s rock kick this week. I have been listening to Guns N' Roses and all kinds of stuff like that. I don't know why, the mood just hit me. So Mikey says he's coming over. He sees plenty of steaks. All right, Casey, just let me know, buddy. Which, again, with this weather, I'm not doing poly anytime soon. It'll be another week and a half. One Arm Hunter says this is 1 year YouTube anniversary posting Friday.
Awesome.
Congratulations on your YouTube anniversary.
And I've been meaning to check this out, too.
Rebecca just jumped on. Okay, Denise. Thank you. Girl, Denise. Hey, man, I can't tell. I don't know if that's Dennis or Denise. I'm not very good with names. So now we know it's Denise. It's hard to keep up with 40,000 names, y'all. Keep that in mind.
All right, I'm gonna flip these. I'm just searing them, and then we're gonna kind of.
Sorry, I know I'm shaking y'all over the place because I'm reading comments, not paying attention to what the heck I'm filming. So Rebecca says she just started a YouTube channel. It used to be known as Rebecca Davis, and I'm assuming it's got something to do with yarn, being that's in your title. You do some knitting or making of things. Malcolm just jumped on and says, late as usual, tell me, did you get the 2 inches of rainfall, and how did the gutters do? I got 1 7/8 inches to be exact. The weatherman just about nailed it when they said 2 inches, and we had no issues. So a lot of y'all have not seen, I don't know if y'all can see, I run 10-foot 4-inch sewer pipe off of the gutters. I did that on both sides of the house. I ran to town yesterday and got some of that before the storm hit. That way the water ran out here on the grass and a little bit of the dirt and did not wash away any of the dirt around the foundation. That worked out so well. And I don't see anywhere around the house that the gutters overflowed at all. And we got a ton of rain last night. We really did.
Oh, I want to give a shout out to Chris and Tiffany. I thought their comment was amazing about how they watch our live streams on Monday, and then they call what's called Tiffany Tuesday, and they remake what we do on the Blackstone. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, we missed chatting with them. We thought they had they were cheating on us and had left for a while. And then Chris started commenting. He's like, "Hey man, we still watch every single live stream. They used to be some absolute regulars every Sunday, but we understand Sundays doesn't.
Still here.
Yeah, Sundays doesn't fit everybody's schedule. But she's exactly right.
And the timing.
Yeah, they said they have not missed a meal. They always reproduce whatever she cooks. So we thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Where was Mr. Larry's comment? I thought that was pretty funny. He says he feeds the green stuff to the cows, then he shall eat the cow. That way he filters the green stuff. Hey. So Freedom Hill says, where are we located at? New subscriber here. We are in North Central Florida, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I just tell everybody we're east of Tallahassee. It's the best way to describe it. Don't forget the thumbs up. Thank you, Crystal. And Mikey says, are we still holding the move-in date contest? Absolutely. I have, oh my goodness, I bet I have over 1,000 comments downloaded to my computer of everybody's date during that time period that it was allowed. And as soon as we get the CO from the building inspector, I'm going to go filter through all those comments and see if anybody nailed the date. Maybe we might have more than one person, and we'll figure out a really nice gift for that.
And
sorry, I know I'm shaking the camera. I'm actually cold. My hands are getting cold.
we are going to do something else that day that we announced. Remember what I told you?
Not really.
Oh.
I'm a man. I don't listen. Oh yeah, she is gonna do something.
A like trivia game.
Yeah.
Find out who our top fans are, who can answer the most questions correctly.
And the winner gets whatever she cooks on the next live stream mailed to you. We're not guaranteeing it's fresh.
Oh my God.
So Maddox says, will we be doing a live stream next week even with it freezing cold? Yes, we will. Let's hope it's not windy, and we probably will have a... Yeah, if it's, I don't know, if it's snowing, we'll probably absolutely do a live stream. Us Floridians got to show off our snow. Yeah, even though it's going to be freezing next weekend, we still plan on doing one. We'll just be bundled up. What you showing off?
Just putting on my seasoning over here.
All right.
Some of my Everglades.
Yes. Everybody from the south knows about Everglades, but a lot of people up north may not. We love Everglades on vegetables. We think it's one of the best seasonings.
I should buy this by the gallon. Our garlic.
Yeah.
Which I probably should have waited to put that on. It kind of burns a little bit, but...
Now I know Cash ain't on here, but he's gonna get on you about... He's gonna get on you about not using his cow camp.
Yeah, I know. It's a little salty, so I put it on the meats a lot of times too.
So Brady asked, how's the heat pump working on the HVAC system? Been doing excellent. I'm telling y'all, that house is insulated so well. There was 4 straight days that my system never even turned on. I've been watching it, and the temperature stayed between 67 and 69, just fluctuating. But now that we've had a lot of days in the 30s, I turn the air down to 64 because that's comfortable for me working in there. I get hot. And every now and then, like one time a day, I might hear the heat pump kick on for a few minutes. but the insulation is just doing amazingly well in that house. I think my electric bill is going to be awesome. Let's see here. So Mr. Donald asked if I used the rake. I still have it over there. I have used it a time or two. Oop. We don't really have leaves out here, but what I have used it for is raking some of the dirt and getting rock. It does really good on like flipping rock up and getting nails and things like that is what I've been using it for in the sand. But we just don't have a whole lot of leaves around. Whoa, what's going on here?
Put a little water just to kind of steam the cabbage.
Ah. So Marlene says, great video. Can't wait to see Tiffany's cooking show. Love her ideas. I'm ready for y'all to see her Instapot ideas. That is the Instapot queen right there. I'm telling you, every day she does something in that Instapot, and it turns out so good. Thank you, Cynthia. So are we going to move in before 100% work is complete? Yes, we do plan on doing that. Now, I am not a big believer in moving in a house that is still very unfinished. You get in the way, you tend to push stuff off. But if I still have to trim out windows or do some minor stuff around the house, put up a light or two here, absolutely, we'll go ahead and move in. But if we have anything major, no, we will not, because I know what that leads to.
Dang it, my bacon's breaking.
Bacon's breaking. That's good. That means it's crispy. Yes, sir. Hope you put some butter on that.
I did.
To make it healthier, you know. So Chris says we need to do a live stream when we move in. That might be a pretty boring live stream, moving all this junk up here over into the house, but I think we will do something. We definitely need to show that off. I see Mikey likes Everglades as well. Everglades rub on steaks. No, I don't think we've ever tried the rub. Everybody's coming in the Everglades now. I must be way behind on comments. So let me skip ahead a little. Oh, I am way behind. I'm sorry about that, y'all. So Mr. Donald says it's warmer in the house than the camper. You dang right it is. Camper has 0 insulation. The house has tons of it. So Andrew asked if we thought about camping out in the house. No.
No, we haven't actually.
I guess we could, but when there's a king-size bed in that camper, it's kind of hard to want to go out there in that house. All right, so Leslie said she's watching us before the Chiefs game. She said something, I wasn't paying attention. Natural Sleep Channel just jumped on. Melissa says she needs some Instapot ideas. I'm telling you, Tiffany is so talented with that Instapot. We've got to get her channel going. So Gary asked, does the dehumidifier work separate from the AC? Absolutely it does. We got special Honeywell thermostats that allow that to happen. We can set up for it to run with heat, with cool, and separate, and that's how we have it running right now. So it really does look at just humidity and will kick off and on as needed.
This smells so good.
So Miss Shonda says she needs an Instapot recipe for pot roast. Do you have one for pot roast? I know you typically crock pot that.
Yeah, because I do it with the deer. So I like it to kind of slow cook with the deer. But, I mean, it's pretty simple. Just sear your meat, whatever you're going to use. And you want to put enough broth in there. And then you can always add, like, a thicker, like, soup at the end. To kind of give it a thickness if you like cream of mushroom in with your gravy and all that. And put all your vegetables and your meat in there. And there's all kind of timetables online, especially on Pinterest for per pounds of how many minutes you cook. So.
Yep, we definitely need to get on that. So Lonesome Pine Farm just said something that really caught my attention. Just to let you know, caught 27 speckled perch on a local lake that I am familiar with, but I've yet to fish, using shiners. Now, I am curious. Please answer me this. I'll keep looking for your comment. Did you use shiners or minnows? Because I haven't been able to find shiners anywhere. So let me know where you're finding those at, unless you're catching them. Now, minnows we can find.
All right. Oh yeah, it's kind of burning.
All right, well, get to flipping.
All right, so I need to put my sauce on here.
So Max says, why not use water seal on the porch so the natural wood shows. It's because there's nails and screws and a lot of other things coming through the wood. And if we were to paint it a little darker color, like say gray or something like that, it'll hide a lot of that stuff. We just don't want to see the nails and screws. Recipe swaps. Yeah, we do need to figure that out. That might be something good to do if you follow us on Facebook. You can DM us over there. It kind of works better for that. I think we could even set up a community on there.
All right, so the cabbage is done.
Got the moon coming out.
Oh, it's a full moon.
Yeah, almost looks like it does like a full moon. Things are going to get crazy tonight. It's going to be a wild week.
All right. So I've made a mustard sauce that we are going to put over the cabbage here.
And this stuff is good. What's in it?
And it is red wine vinaigrette, sugar, and spicy Dijon mustard.
That stuff is so good over
and
cabbage.
I put this in with my cabbage and kielbasa and potato
Yes.
stir fry, and it's so good.
I love that sauce right there. So Dan asks, it's a fireplace wasted in Florida 11 months out of the year. It's actually wasted about 11 and a half months out of the year. People do have them here. You don't hardly see nobody with stoves unless it's out in the shop. You do see some fireplaces here, but you can't hardly run them, especially in a house like this where we did so much blown in insulation. Spray foam. It's insulated so well, it would run us out if we did a fireplace in there. We really wanted one. We love the look, but we knew we'd never be able to use it.
All right, we'll get these off so we can do our smashed potatoes.
Right on. Oh, that looks so good. So Steve Kelley says they love fried cabbage and bacon, make it 2 or 3 times a month. What we typically make is cabbage and sausage. That is really good too. Uncle Tim's got to jump off. God bless, take care. So Joshua asked, what's my favorite saltwater fish? Yellowfin tuna, without a doubt. Yellowfin tuna steaks. Oh my goodness, it is so good. So good. So Mr. Ron asked, did you use any oil on that cabbage at all?
Yes, I used some grapeseed oil.
Yep, we finally picked some of that up. Yep.
All right, so I am going to add our marinade to our steak here. And what I did is I made a Marsala wine sauce out of brown sugar, Marsala wine, butter, garlic.
That's interesting.
And this is my Marsala wine.
Oh, is that the one that we finally found we liked?
Yep.
It's been so hard to find a good Marsala wine. Oh, she's getting all kinds of fancy out here, y'all. So Lamont Pine Farm said, Shiners, get them off the bait shop off Highway 20. Care to share the name of the bait shop? Otherwise, I'll start looking it up. I've been trying to find somebody that sells shiners. Yep, says Big Wave Florida said a fire pit's more of a must in Florida to keep bugs away than it is, keep everybody warm. But this week we're gonna be using ours. So I see several people jumping off over near Lake Talcott. Okay, that's a pretty good ride for me. Lonesome Pine Farm. That's actually a long ride for me. It's probably an hour and a half over to that.
I can't see my burner. There it is. Okay.
It's going. Yep, quite a few people jumping off. Y'all take care. Enjoy your Sunday afternoon.
Good night.
So Celtic Group Farms just jumped on. Thank you for chatting with us. We're doing our typical cooking. So Tiffany made cabbage steaks with some kind of glaze and sauce over it. I forget what she calls it. She's got bacon wrapped steaks over here with Marsala wine sauce. It's probably done. What you think?
There.
Okay.
About to pull them off as soon as I get my potatoes on here.
Looks like I got a night ahead of me cleaning this thing up.
This is our smashed potatoes.
So Lonesome Pine Farm says, what's the difference between shiners and minnows? Minnows are really small, usually 1 to 2 inches. Shiners are typically much larger, 6 inches, 8 inches, 10 inches. They're really big. Typically you fish for bass with those. But I mean, some people can call smaller things like this shiners, but typically it's minnows that I'm used to for the speckled perch. All right, so what did you do here?
So I baked my potatoes, so they're already done. And then I'm just gonna smash them.
So already cooked potatoes. bacon crumble. And you know, we've got where we constantly do the cheese skirt on here. Check that out. Now you do that simple, you've got a loaded baked potato.
Yes.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about. That looks so good.
And I probably need me one more pan.
Y'all see why I married this woman? Oh, this is why I married this woman right here. So Denise says check out Cole and Jay's channel. I've actually been watching them for a very long time, although I haven't watched them recently. Just haven't had a whole lot of time to watch YouTube.
And now we got this little glaze here from Marcella 1.
Yeah.
Woo, this looks amazing.
I see Tennessee doing the old yee. Steve just jumped on. So Todd asked, how did you cook the potatoes?
I just baked them in my air fryer for about 35 minutes.
Yep, that's something else
Till
we
they
use a
were
lot
done?
too in the air fryer. And yes, you can do those in the Instant Pot, but yeah, she's got a new air fryer that has different levels on it, so it can be a convection oven, do lots of different things.
All right, we're done here. I can flip those over here in just a minute.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that flipped over. That is how you do a loaded potato right there. So Mikey says, do we do DoorDash for food or anything like that? No, we go pick it all up.
Here.
Yeah, we're out in the middle of nowhere. They're not coming to us. Well, they may. Who knows? I don't know how that works, to be honest. But no, what? She goes a little bit of everywhere, from Costco to Walmart to Winn-Dixie to Publix to whatever she needs. But we have to make special trips to town for that too. Thank you, Tennessee. Says nice cabinet install. And what cut of steak do we use today, babe?
It was called mock tenderloin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not really familiar with that.
I know.
Now, typically we cook ribeyes and Delmonico's, and we do those. That's going to be on a charcoal grill. But we use lesser cuts of steak for something like this. Check that out. I love burnt cheese. That is one of my favorite things. That looks so good.
Yes.
Bacon, burnt cheese, butter, potatoes. Now we're talking.
All right, I'm going to get that off and we can close it up.
Everybody says they're on the way. So Krista says, hope everybody has a wonderful week ahead. Please share the videos. About to hit 40K. Thank y'all so much for that. We are very excited. Awesome milestone to celebrate with y'all, because this is your channel too. So one last look. Cabbage steaks with, I forget what the sauce is called. Smashed
It's called a
potatoes.
mustard sauce.
Yep, and because I can't walk around this old cram shop, bacon wrap steaks over there with her Marsala wine
Need a
glaze.
table.
Yeah, well, you'll have a table in the house here before long. All right, thank y'all. I think we're going to wrap this thing up because, one, it's windy. It's now getting cold, and I don't want this food to get cold. We're going to run inside and eat. Too windy for a fire tonight. So thank y'all so much. Truly do appreciate the generosity, the donations. Everybody, thumbs up, liking, watching. Means a heck of a lot. So we're excited to celebrate 40,000 with y'all. Hopefully by next week, we're celebrating that. Who knows? You just don't ever know how this thing works out. Thank you so much for cooking. Looks like an awesome meal. Oh, yeah, I can't wait either. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night.
Good night.
Take care and God bless. See y'all.